Hello all. I welcome you all to this group, dasa hara. I am Pavani, founder Lifecraft Success Hub. I am an emotional wellness coach and also a spiritual coach. I have been using this technique of dealing with negative emotions every dasara for more than 15 years. So these 9 days, I used to every time look at all the negative emotions I carry and drop one at a time. And at the end of 9 days, I used to feel very liberated. I don't know from where I picked it, I have no background to it, but just I was doing. So today, spontaneously, I felt, let me share this with some people. I expected some 5-10 people to join with me, but amazingly, more than 70 people joined this group. It really brings me joy, and I feel that there is so much of interest and there is so much of need for all of us to be peaceful, be in balance in life. And I'm really, really happy and also thankful to each one of you for being here and giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts or share my habit, which has given me tremendous liberation in my life. When I asked you all to figure out what are the emotions that you really want to deal with, at least 95% mentioned anger. So I thought that is the most important for all of us to deal with. So let us start with anger today. Before we go into anger, let us understand how we want to take this forward. Every day, I will share a video or some script about the emotion that we are going to deal with on a particular day. I will explain the dynamics of this emotion and I will ask you all to be watchful, to be mindful, to be get to awareness on the lines that we have discussed or on the lines that I have shared with you. If you find there is something more value that you can add, every one of you are most welcome. There is nothing like what I say is the end all. Each one of us can add value to another person in this group. So if you feel that I have missed out on a certain point about certain emotion and you want to add value, you can add. I'm open to learning and I want you all to be open to learning. Let us all celebrate this Dasara in a unique emotional way. So let us now understand what is anger and why is it such an important thing and why is it that so many of us are a victim to it. I am no different. I also get angry. Just because I'm on this side doesn't mean I have conquered anger. Anger is such a part and parcel of our life. Why do we get angry? Is the most important question that I want all of you all to look into. Whenever we are discussing an emotion, let us reflect and understand where I can apply, where in my life I can use this, rather than sitting and judging why is she saying this, why not that way, why not that way. You can do all that. You have been doing all that. Just look at it with a different perspective. Be open. Maybe it will work for you. If it doesn't work, there is no harm. But don't lose that opportunity. Maybe it will work. So, like fever, anger, I think, is a symptom and not the problem by itself. When we have fever, we go to diagnose why am I having fever? Which other parameters of my body are not working well? Do I have cold and fever? Do I have a stomach upset and I have fever? Is there anything that is not happening right in my body that it is showing up in the form of fever? So after diagnostics, only then the doctor gives you a treatment. So here, let us now understand what are the dynamics of anger. When do we get angry? I get angry when I feel I'm not understood. I get angry when I don't understand why people behave in a certain way with me. It hurts. I feel insulted. I feel they're too rude to me. I feel they're looking down on me. And I feel I don't deserve this kind of a treatment. That is when I feel very angry. I feel angry when things don't happen according to my plan. I plan everything in integrity from end to end, and somebody comes and upsets it in between. Because certain things did not work out, it is not happening. Somebody messed it up. Somebody did not understand what has to be done at the right time. So things did not happen the way. So I am very angry with it. And when I don't want to do something and I'm forced to do it, I'm pushed to do it. I don't like to do, but I'm pushed to do. So what are the two strings that are connecting anger? One is I don't know. The second is there is a compulsion. Remember, these two things are the causes of your anger. Only when these two are active, you feel the tremendous anger and you feel out of control. When we are talking about anger, it is not like I'm just feeling angry or irritated, but what is affecting us more is it stays for a long time. It affects our relationships. We become harsh. We are rude. And the whole dynamics of the space, the whole environment changes when one person gets angry. And that is what we are dealing with today. I hope everybody is on the same page. Sadness, helplessness, procrastination, anxiety, and anger. These are all different levels of the same expression. The more you control, the more you keep it to yourself, it goes on increasing day by day. You're adding more fuel to it and you're holding, and one day it explodes. And that is when you feel that I am feeling angry. But there are a lot of layers that you have neglected because you were tolerant then. So the more you get tolerant, the more you don't want to affect others, more you don't want to become angry. The day you become angry, it is really, really devastating for both you and the other person and everybody in the environment. Now let's understand the flow of anger. When I don't know is when said we feel is one part of anger, right? So when I say I don't know, let me take an example of disciplining a child or explaining something to your child. The child is not listening to you. The child wants to go out, and you don't want the child to go out for a certain reason. The child is adamant. The child wants to go, and you get angry. You scream. You try to discipline, and at point of time, I can't do it. So what is happening? In the first place, you don't know why your child wants to go out, or you are not able to explain and convince your child why he or she should not go. Maybe your child is too small. Maybe the child cannot understand. But being an adult, you should have a better understanding than the child. We should understand that the child is not understanding, so we need to change and reframe our communication. But what we do, I know the child should not go, and I have no sufficient vocabulary or no patience or no need. I'm an adult, I'm a parent, my child has to listen to me. So I won't explain. I won't go beyond this. I said no, it is no. So there is no compromise on this. So I won't look beyond that. Then what happens? The child is even more adamant. The child is behaving even more, the child becomes even more difficult. Then what do? You say, I cannot handle my child. My child is too stubborn. I cannot handle my child. And then what do? Then you start blaming. I don't know why only my child behaves like this. Why this child is like this? Why is it that it always happens to me? Or you could say, if only everything happened well, if only my child listened to whatever I said, my life would be so much better. I don't have to be in this situation. I don't have to get angry. I don't like to be angry on my child. If only he had done something different. But you never look into, if I had done something different, would this be better? Can I do something better? The moment you accept that there is something I don't know about the situation, you will start looking for answers. You will start looking at the whole scenario in a very different way. The negative spiral, which is taking you down and it is affecting you and the whole of your environment, can become a positive spiral which moves you upward. So, what do you have to do for that? The moment you realize that there is something I don't know, your first step is what? You will say, let me find out, let me search, let me research, let me ask somebody, let me take some help, let me learn how better ways I can communicate to my child. How can I make the child understand? What is the best way mm, to make my child accept what I'm saying? How can I make the other person understand what I'm saying? You do anything. But if you, the moment you understand that you don't have, you should not be getting angry, and you have start taking the first step to find out, to even get aware, not even find out, even before going there, you say this, okay, there is something that I have to do here. There is something I am not understanding here. There is something I don't know in this arena. Let me check out. The moment you say that, there is a whole new opportunity for you. There is a lot more for you to do there. Things just start falling in place. Just do anything that needs to be done to know what needs to be done. You can observe, you can make little effort. Don't hesitate to say that I don't know. And don't stop by saying I don't know. Take the next step. Do what? Find out. Understand. Drop the misconception that if I say I don't know, then people will think that I am dumb, I am a Buddhu. No, nobody has time for all that. It is in your head that you think people will think Buddhu or dumb. But by not addressing the fact that you don't know, what are you doing? You're getting angry and you're messing up a lot. And people definitely know that there is something that you need to handle and you're not handling. You're still communicating to the world that you are Buddha and you're not willing to learn. So it is better to address it and accept it rather than keep communicating to the world that I don't know. Everybody understands that you don't know, except you. So let us start acknowledging that there is something that I need to understand here to manage my anger. So the moment you accept, I don't know, then the next step is what? All that you were saying, I won't do, I won't, will become, I will find ways, I will research, I will talk to people, I will take help. And then I can't take it. I can't do it anymore. I can't handle this. That narrative completely changes. I can do something. I can think of some new ways. I can become creative. in handling this issue? After all, it is my child. If I don't understand my child, who else will understand? Who else can communicate to my child if I am not able to understand? If my child cannot understand me, how does my child learn to understand the world? So let me do something about it. Let me get more creative. And then you start appreciating everyone and everything that helped you in understanding and that is moving you forward towards a solution. Okay? So now let us look at the second part of the anger. Second part of the anger is compulsion. First is understanding, the second is compulsion. What is this compulsion? Where is this coming from? It is coming from a belief system. Mother has to do this, father has to do this, whether they know it or not, they have to teach, they have to preach, isn't it? So many of us are compelled to a lot of things, even if we are not qualified to do it. Just because your role says you have to do it, you try to fit into the role and you try to do everything that you think that role has to do. So then what happens? Instead of doing it by understanding or knowing it, you will forcefully try to do something. That becomes a stress point for you. You're not happy about it. Either you feel that I should do it, or you feel that I am expected to do it. And saying no can be bad. If I say I don't know, if I say I can't do this, if I say this is not my cup of tea, what will people think? I'm a bad mother, I'm a bad father. How can I say that being a parent, I cannot handle my child? You were not taught how to take care of your child in your school or in your college or in your office, nowhere. So it's okay not to know. We can learn. We can say, no, yes, I don't know. I can't do this. I need some help. I'm feeling anxious when I have to do something which is against my will. It is not just with your children that it happens in many other areas. I'm just taking this as an example. When do you get anxious? When your child is not keeping well and you think you have to do something and you know that you don't understand what is happening. There is a compulsion, there is a stress, and then you don't know, but you forcefully want to do something because you somehow feel hesitant to take help. So you become anxious. When are you becoming helpless? When you have to do something which are against your values. You believe that the child should not be watching TV more than an hour, and your child is watching TV for 2 hours. Then it is against your values. There is something really bad happening. It's wrong. My child should not be doing all this. So you become very helpless, and that helplessness gives rise to anger. And when do you procrastinate? You're still not understanding what you are supposed to do, and you really don't want to address it. You don't want to learn because it is not something of your choice. You don't really want to do this. You don't really know why am I given this job to do. It happens in your workplace, it happens at home, it happens with your friends, it happens everywhere. There are a lot of things we don't know why we should be doing, but we are forced to do it. And we don't ask. We don't say a no. We hesitate. We want to be good in their eyes. We want to maintain a certain social image. So, this is what is stopping you to say what you want to say, to do what you want to do. So, what are we supposed to do now? Social image is important. Now, you have to prioritize whether you want to maintain your social image or you want to address the issue. You have a choice. Now that you understand what is the reason, what is the cause behind your anger, wherever you are getting compelled, now that you are aware, you have a choice. You have a choice either to get being compelled or choosing to do or not to do. This way you can address. So I invite you all to pick one area where you are feeling angry often. Next 24 hours, please become aware every time you are feeling angry. Try to find out why. Ask the other person, did I say something wrong? Or did you understand what I said? Try to explain the same thing in a different way. Or find out from the other person what is their opinion about the issue, what is their perspective. How can you both together synergize and move forward? It can be with your child, with your spouse, with your colleague, anywhere, in any relationship or in any situation. Just try it out. If you have any doubts, if you want to add anything more to this, you are free to message in the group and everybody is free to discuss. There are no bars, but don't discuss anything beyond the subject. Don't discuss about politics. Don't discuss about anything that is happening around. Let us use this group only to manage and understand our emotions deeper and make our life more comfortable and sail through life smoothly. Thank you all once again for giving me this opportunity to share my